Hello students, I just wanted to make a little video so you know how to navigate through our Canvas course site, and I want to welcome you to the Summer Term A Biology 254 lab class. This class is going to be an online class, and you're going to have to do a lot of work every day in order to complete the class successfully. We have a lot to do in a short amount of time. So first off, what you need to do is when you log in to Canvas, obviously click on our course, which is Biology 251 WMA from your course list, and then you'll see it pop up on the modules page like this. In this Start Here module, you need a review. Here's the ADA syllabus. You can look at that, but the main syllabus is going to be my addendum with all of my rules and regulations and what is expected of you. I also included our lab schedule for Term A. You should print this out and look at it every day. You have to basically cover a lab per day for Term A. We only have a 4-week session. So you can see which lab you're covering on each day and when the practical examinations are, and the multiple choice physiology test that we have to take are on which days from here. I posted some office hours. I'm still trying to work out how this is going to work, but I'll probably make another video on how to use the Cisco WebEx. When you click on that, you should be able to click on a time that I have in there to schedule an appointment, but I'm not positive if it's going to work all that great yet. I'm going to make a video on that shortly. Now, what I need you to do immediately is to complete the student course contract. Basically, it's telling me that you're going to be in the class and you're going to participate in the class, and for me not to drop you. So you need to make sure you get this particular assignment completed. You also will have to download Respondus. Many of you probably already have this since we went online teaching in the spring, but if you don't have Respondus Lockdown Browser, you need to get this. So click on this, go to the download page and download it and install it on your computer. We're going to use the Respondus Lockdown Browser to take our practical examinations and our multiple choice test per block of unit material. I also need you to complete this verification of identity class assignment. I need you to do this. That will tell me if you have Respondus working on your computer or not. So do the student contract, get Respondus, and do the verification assignment today. Now, the book. This Engage website is where our online lab manual will be. So you're going to have to click on this link pretty much every day, because not only is the lab manual in here in the ebook form, but it's also the area where you're going to do some of your quizzes. So I'm going to click on this and open it. Oh, I don't know if it'll work in student view. Let me see. Let me bounce out of student view. Go back to modules. Hold on, sorry about that. Alright, so you're going to click on this Engage link. You have to say open a new window, and it's going to bring you into the ebook. You have a navigation panel over here with the exercises. These basically are the chapters in the ebook or the manual. You're going to be doing exercises 1, 2, and 3 over the course of the next several days. All of the homework assignments for exercise 1, 2, and 3 are going to be due by June 9th already. Our first practical examination and multiple choice test is on June 10th, and it's going to cover exercises 1, 2, and 3, which is the endocrine system, the cardiovascular system with the heart, anatomy and physiology, and then blood vessel identification and physiology. So if you click on these, it'll pull up the ebook chapter, and at the very top you see where it says printable PDF. You can click on that. It pulls up the chapter, and then you can, if you have a printer at home, you can right click on the chapter and say print. That way you can have a print version of the chapter as well. So let's go back to getting out of the actual chapter. You can click back on exercise 1. It brings you back to the page where all the learning links are. Really, these are all practice activities. You can have plenty of practice activities within our Canvas site. I'm going to show you that in a second. You might not even have time to do this, but you can if you have time. The thing that you're going to be looking at, the 2 links you're going to be looking at in the Engage website with each exercise chapter is the printable PDF, so you can read the actual chapter of our lab manual. And every one of our exercises you have to do an Engage quiz. Now I didn't set the due dates on these yet, I'm working on that, but you click on the exercise 1 quiz, and then, well, for you it'll say start quiz. For me it just says preview, but you would start the quiz. So let me show you what the exercises all look like again. When you click on any one of these exercises, all these links look very similar, where the printable PDF is at the top, practice activities in the middle, and then you always have to scroll down until you see graded quiz. You have to make sure you do this graded quiz for each exercise every day. You're going to be doing one of these quizzes a day. So the endocrine system is officially supposed to be completed by tomorrow, which is Wednesday, June 3rd. As you come in and get into your Engage website, you can print out your chapter. You can read through it. You can also do the exercise quiz. These are open book quizzes, and get that done. All right. Now, you're going to have to pay to access this site. Everybody has the first 2 exercises for free. You'll be able to see what's in the exercises. But exercise 3, 4, 5, 6, so forth and so on are going to be blocked. So ultimately, you're going to have to spend however much money it is to buy the code for this site. Let me go, if you go back to the home page of it up here. If you read down here, it says you will have exercises 1 and 2 without the code. You'll need to purchase a code, so you have to click here. You have to click this here button, and when you click that here button, it's going to bring you to a registration page where you can pay for the code. So that's going to have to be done in the next 2 days, because you're going to be working on exercise 3 over the course of this weekend into Monday of next week. So I need you to click on that and pay for the code for the access to this Engage website, so you can get your book and you can do the Engage quizzes. Now you're going to have 10 Engage quizzes. We have 10 labs. There's one quiz for each lab. Always come in to your site and click on your quiz and do the quiz. So those are called the Engage quizzes. And the reason why I'm specifying that is because let's go back to our Canvas site. In the module section of our Canvas site is where everything is located. So you don't see these modules yet because I don't have them published. So you're going to start at the Start Here module. You're going to go through all these links and review them. This student course contract, get respondus, complete the verification of identity, and then you'll always have to go into Engage every day to look at your book, unless you print it out, and you have to go and do your Engage quiz. So each exercise has its own module. So here's exercise 1 module for the endocrine system. All the modules are set up the same way. You have a pre-lab assignment, which you obviously should do before the lab, since it's called a pre-lab assignment. So you're going to be working on these pretty much every day. You're going to go in here and complete that assignment. Notice I have it due on June 9th, because exercise 1, 2, and 3 assignments have to be due by June 9th. So below the pre-lab assignment, which is open book, you can then see the learning materials that I put in here, virtual lab resources. The very first link that I put in is a link to a lab manual that I worked on, which is I put it in PDF form. I'm not going to pull it out. If you click on this, it'll download it to your computer. But you can see I wrote up a little lab manual that we used to use, and I kind of like my notes there so you can review them and go through them as well. So that's one of the learning resources. Go back to the modules page. Then we have some video lectures, model overview, image galleries for models, and histology slides. All of these are your learning materials. So after you go through the pre-lab assignment and you go through your learning materials, then you focus on the post-lab assignments. So you need to be covering one of these modules every day. So you're going to do the anatomy post-lab, you're going to do the physiology post-lab assignment. So technically this module should be completed by Wednesday, June 3rd. Because on Thursday, June 4th, you have to start on exercise 2. Technically you have a little bit of time, but you want to spend as much time as you can on these into the weekend. So then you start on exercise 2, maybe Friday. If you can't get to it on Thursday, get it done Saturday. Start on exercise 3 on Saturday and Sunday and complete it on Monday. That'll give you 1 day to review. All right, so same thing. Exercise 2 has a pre-lab assignment. There's a models book chapter that I wrote, some learning videos, image galleries, all the virtual learning resources. And then you have post-lab assignments. So each module is set up the same way. You're going to go through the pre-lab assignments. You're going to go through your learning resources and the post-lab assignments, and then you can review them over and over and over so that you'll be prepared to take our practical examination. Now, you always have to check announcements. I'm going to be posting announcements for our class. So whenever you come in, click on announcements. And I think I have a couple of posted announcements already. The lab schedule, our calendar's already in there. So always check this section. Also, if you don't have Canvas announcements turned on, notifications turned on, go to your account button and click notifications and start turning on all of your notifications. That way when I post an announcement in our course, it'll go straight to your email. Sorry, I bounced out. You go back into our class. All right, so check announcements every day. Click on modules. Well, it loads into the modules page. Do your modules, then you can check your grades as you go through. I have the Canvas gradebook set up to calculate your grades for you. So I'm going to show you the assignment section. All of our grades go into this assignment section. All of your quizzes, which include the student contract, the engage quizzes, which I always call just quiz 1 or quiz 2, and then the pre-lab and post-lab assignment in the modules. All of those assignments, all the quizzes and pre- and post-lab assignments count as 20% of your grade. All of these assignments are open book. We then have our practical assignments. We're going to have 3, not just 2. I didn't finish setting this up yet. But you'll have a practical and a physiology test for each block of material. So we're going to have block 1, block 2, and then we're going to have a block 3. So the 3 practical examinations and the 3 physiology examinations count as 55% of our grade. And then the final practical and the final physiology exam count as 25% of our grade. So that should be all in the addendum. If you have any questions about that, all you have to do is email me. And if you have any questions ever as you're going through the material or you come across a problem, please email me. That's going to be our primary mode of communication. All right. So if you have any questions, Just shoot me an email and I'll get back to you. I'm checking email pretty much all day long. Thanks.